Ebusia enadwe Kwame Bafo Abronye na nkasa de ne ho akoma Ghana Police Service ewo mo headquarters due to a raid course ewo Moses Abo NPP activist resident in search of Abronye na at the end of the day almost killing Penyini war na ahometi in fact it is another matter for another day. Now, me no kase yeba beto dwa said the Inspector Police General ana Kwame Bafo Abronye ayene kesetia. In fact, police adam no to ne safre no ankasa share se dwada obaba be pie wo mpanyimfo enim ne nei ono ankasa ne na chitafo ekọ honom na ba betom sisia se yasan ede no efri ho ekọ eye the National Intelligence Bureau yekwa ko detain no na Moses Abo a ready in the house in Busia and comprehend na odi echeji brewa Abronye obi of asempa twetwe nkomo eche the course of poti nei yeko detain ni Kwame Bafo Abronye ewo National Intelligence Bureau.
Abronye is being moved from police CID to NIB, National Investigations Bureau. Mamene Moses Abo eni nkomo sisi ana memra. Moses akwa be te saying
Menya medasi obi na uswe.
Nya do me ho ye papa. Na sisi amu wa henfa.
Oh, this year they may move me back to Kukumlemle because now me were headquarters for them and I work 4th floor SIU. But me were down on them na me say CID for no and then NPP and then go for 2P and I want to call it the pay my investigation. Me di chikakra me unzo mo na to NIB. Nti me wa na me unze car na de ne call no aba back with the 2 CID and on my fruit top one. And so see I no kasa no. The investigation mine is over NIB. Today you know.
Na idi anopay na ono reporting who to police CID meboa.
Ono no reporting no call police CID.
Odru how better time may unim.
Time them in but maybe about around 10 going.
Around 10.
Yeah.
And
11.
He's been at the CID till now.
Yeah, CID until 1 month or move on.
I'm going to call NIB.
That's right.
Na call her na on the lawyers ne wo.
Na lawyers no top one on the lawyers ne wo. To be bad down. Then be be ato. To me ba na me hu say o ma drop o mo ne eto ka mo de ne ko. To me wana some of the bloggers media phone na ye din command am say saka na sababio. What men now money ne ko no mo ba back and mo through top one.
Or any idea why police for eton safreno?
Last week kama embano 2 na ye court na ye ko mamu court bela omo share ya ye court omo ye gelso and I menya hint to be say yes we did the IGP attempt. Nti omo kanon amse osa ase ya wa hanu munkofo didi na akufo ado atem and then omo nya one way no position omo opposition ade we there there should be a way omo behwe omo di yebetu but te bibia ya si ekochi nipa bibia ekochi nipa bedu bibia nipa da sende ultimate control mu be na bibia si na afi obia de mra na ide atom self and I left ti endra and I no fi na police for no ammen ba me fie say omanya ntie say Abronye wo me fie am say aw every no ma wuri wo no awura me fie bie gate na pa be bomb no mo search me fie ni na e call the other house e ko search ye o ma hu bia e no mo so mo chie de e ko e etime de sa na me chi but me nim say so bibi su wo de
Inti omoba ofie no omo ka kire o say Abronye nti no omoba ofie
omo search here no omo see omanya information say I'm keeping Abronye in my house. I'm say how Abronye is a no bono regi na chairman. However, menene has been 1 year ni me hu Abronye.
Asempa FE.
How would I keep Abronye in my house? But the war modos no meant me resist it and me ya ebia no bia be hurting me. I'm alone with my small brother. And to be momo kwai momo real mo follow momo search here. And I may confront to mo pain no. No mo pain is there. because of Abronye into mobile and to my almost search a among and Tomoko. There's one of my pickup if you almost as a car winner Abronye a use. Now you know this guy is not for Abronye. Media. Me and me use me cano. So Monreal can definitely tombo some documents. I will me team more a work on. And yakasa esa na omodo koi ana no pawe minyanti ese Abronye alcohol no makoreport no ti mi wie de me na me koi and at the end of the day the ti me back akopart office akobom peni for man na ahwe kwaya e be faso na Ghana we aye wodi on we yin na ji say to fika na present mi kasabi
ba said ye waka no o said ye wate ene se almost say ODD IGP attempt into
that is what I heard.
And it's almost no.
Yeah.
But have you perchance heard any of the things our Kafa IGP what TB?
I can let my daddy me who back ako bisa winning na if me there be me person me can't sama me nim the maker. I'm not far from the place. I can turn and go there. Omo catch and find omo kan tell so. No, I
was even asking, sir, Neoma or Muchema Abronye aka Ediafa IGP Hono. What TB?
Yeah, audio no Omoboma metie na IGP walusu then penny kasa I mean like insult, maybe I criticize me or nyali juma ye that kind of things. Oh IGP they were ni Dampare was not doing that. Those things I metie there's no any threat in Bia. It's all about it Bia insult and criticize.
Okay, and just say ODD IGP attempt na or criticize you know.
Sure.
And is that one threaten IGP from what you
No, I didn't the MT and the man who threatened West Bia.
But from the insult and criticism, no, Ufi say enye enough grounds for him to be arrested and
Sure, bro. There you are no more. I don't know yet. Mimia, me senior man. And then I can't yeah. Even some of the video no kind.
FM.
I'm can send be brave at the tia at the D than I do Adam Kwakufado. I don't know Monkai. Obia Uncle Chubia. At least me there. Me baby I'm there. I don't support Nyama B say try to penny be an baby. But I criticize there. It is allowed. It's allowed.
But criticism so different from bare insult. So would the attempt that's a bit different from criticizing.
Just say you know audio na fe to me actually agin cause me there me tea and there and me gidi to me say why be kura na mo invite no kura na I mean mon to for na mo ne nkasa say me nua men kosi at least me IGP say but say enne at the end of the day na man jan na mo mani demo na de chia say mo tina the right so
Mate ma menna say Moses bibia ni a ye beba ba bedi nkomo bio why
me da se me nua be ma
mo say omo pe
Abronye
e wo Moses abo fi
yeah omunya intel
say o hye ne fi and omo kwai na o hye ho
da bi say Abronye de ono ade ne ho akwa mo machi no
there's not intel na wrong intel
na fake intimi kwa no so fake news ni sa omo de mama post for yenye careful as a Ghana fire service we want to be arrange head you and
so machi Abronye
oh say Abronye de ono ade no koi o ka so beba Monday ti wako
so omo invited
yeah no omo so omra ya wado se fiada last you know so da bi oni ho beba Monday nti Monday ono ako ana omo na ewi
na no omo so waye den ana ndi omo nkan
oh so hwe na Asylum na o siki krata na kire se osusu se ye tata na ye uhun krata no
Abronye
Asylum seeking krata hu
o so o pa Asylum free Ghana
oh da bi o free Ghana akora ko na ade o de den
na o free Ghana akwa hin
Oko Pentecost on baby on prayer camp.
No, that's the reason you're there. Say Ghana for tata.
No, in seven our church, you know, we should all be worried and concerned. In seven our church, you know, there. And sema a hard, you know, if that is the experience that he's going through, I feel we should pay attention and then think through. Because he or say umbaba me bre amama kenkama or say Kwame Bafo Abronye, and it goes on to Immigration, Refugee Affairs Department, Embassy, High Commission, Asylum Authority. Or say, dear sir, madam, subject, formal request for political asylum and security protection. I, Kwame Bafo Abronye, a Ghanaian politician and the current regional chairman of the NIB Patriotic Party in the Bono region of Ghana, respectfully submit this formal application for political asylum and security protection from now till the period when my application will be assessed and granted by any of the countries I have applied to as attached below. I have attached all relevant documents establishing my Ghanaian citizenship, marked Exhibit A, grounds for seeking asylum. My request is based on consistent escalating political persecution, threats to my life, and systematic abuse of state security powers by the current government of Ghana. The key grounds are: 1, unlawful arrest and detention. In February 2025, shortly after the current NDC government assumed office, I became the first opposition politician to be invited, arrested, and detained by the National Investigations Bureau for over 13 hours. My arrest followed my public criticism of the government's crude, unfair, and blanket dismissal of over 150,000 Ghanaian workers without due cause, and a call for their immediate reinstatement. During my detention, I was threatened, intimidated, and sternly warned that unless I cease criticizing the government, I will face more severe reprisals in the future. 2, ongoing threats and intimidation. Since my release, I have received persistent threats, both verbal and electronic, via WhatsApp and SMS from individuals linked to the ruling party, including those currently holding government positions. Recently, I publicly questioned the Inspector General of Police, IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu, on an online TV program that I host for failing to address the worsening insecurity in Ghana per the recently released Global Peace Index report, particularly the tribal conflicts in the north and that have resulted in deaths and displacement. While instead of focusing on the selective arrest of opposition members for expressing personal opinions online, even when officers, members, and supporters of the ruling party have also said same or even worse. 3, targeted harassment and threats of arrest. Following my public remarks, I received a threatening call from an individual claiming to be an investigator and identifying himself only as Mr. Seth, claiming to act on instructions of the IGP. He ordered me to report to the National Police Headquarters immediately to answer questions as to why I have been insulting and disrespecting the IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu, threatening that my failure to comply would result in being forcibly apprehended and dealt with mercilessly, that I won't come back to life. Through my lawyers, I officially wrote to the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, to verify if any official complaint had been lodged against me and if they had invited me. The Director General of CID, through the Secretary, informed my lawyers that they had not received nor initiated any criminal investigations against me, and rather directed my lawyers back to the supposed investigator, Mr. Seth, who when contacted flatly refused to clarify and instead ominously stated, and I quote, "Tell that boy that if he refuses to come and we pick him up, he won't come back to life." A confidential source within the police later informed me of a secret meeting where plans had been finalized to arrest, detain, and brutalize me should I appear at the police headquarters. 4, escalating pattern of persecution. In recent months, there has been a disturbing trend of opposition politicians being arrested and detained beyond the constitutionally mandated 48 hours without bail. This has created a climate of fear and intimidation where political opponents of the government are deliberately targeted. Based on these realities and the direct threats to my life and liberty, I am convinced that I and my family are in imminent grave danger. Legal protocols relied upon in the application. This application is respectfully grounded upon the following binding international legal instruments and guidelines.
Okay.
One, it talks about them, the 1951 Refugee Convention and 1967 Protocol.
And the various...
It talks about Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 14, affirming the applicant's right to seek asylum. 3, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Article 9 and 19. 1969 OAU Refugee Convention. And then the 5th one, UNHCR Guidelines on International Protection, recognizing that persecution of opposition, political, and denial of state protection fall within the Refugees Protection Framework. In conclusion, in the light of the above, and in genuine fear for my personal safety and that of my family, I respectfully seek political asylum and security protection in your country. I place my trust in your respected institution to consider my case urgently and to extend the necessary humanitarian assistance and protection under international conventions governing the rights of asylum seekers. And they say, for your kind attention, Kwame Bafo Abronye, Regional Chairman, Bono Region, New Patriotic Party. And the copy is to the UN Resident Coordinator Office, Resident Coordinator Ghana, Communications Officer UNCT, UNHCR Ghana Representative, UNDP Ghana, UNOWAS, UNOWAS Regional Mission, and the recipient embassies are Canada, Accra International GCCA, UK Embassy, German Embassy, United States, Cote d'Ivoire, Spain, France, Italy. And it says all correspondence can be sent via my personal email.
In any of these countries, no asylum, no open. But he raises very interesting issues. I think the government should take these serious. For the international image of our country, we've carved a certain image for ourselves. Minim say upon the invite, wako police Australia, When the police will invite you, based on what they are investigating, they can formally arrest you.
Okay.
No, my grant you bail.
Okay.
And I don't know if they have arrested him or will be arresting him and grant him bail subsequently. They mean him.
Okay.
But this is not looking good. I mean, for the international image of the country, it's
Obi, but my point is, I think that as a country we should try to move ahead of some of these things, it's very, very important. And wherever I've always had challenges, and they be about when it comes to the application of justice, there will be said it doesn't know A and it doesn't know B. So I expect same on every individual in this country.
Yes.
The application of selectivity in terms of justice is dangerous for us as a country. And then let me quote the former National Security Minister, Ira Kandapa, when he met the judiciary in a conversation, and he was frank to tell them that from the look of things and what he's hearing and seeing, say the enormous corner in terms of their rulings and their judgments now is not healthy. If we are not careful, it will create a certain impression. So lift that conversation, come and put it here this afternoon, that if we are not careful as a country and as a government, some of the actions and their inactions, it's creating a certain mindset for all of us to think through, especially with the approach. Era abofi.
Yes.
Now, officer mandated by Ghana to act on our behalf, on our dear rightful. Why do you jump walls?
So I'm jump.
Yes, if you jump and obia sebi, on also feel say comfort not pay. What comes out of it? I don't know why. I don't know why Abay after Abay. We have decided to frustrate and intimidate and to encourage this kind of thing in this country. It's very hurting. If you go to read what Olivia kindly actually go to Facebook and now, they be ada o some the part do chance e for o we for no careful.